All right, good morning, guys. Quick sound check. You guys should also be able to hear Osborne as well.
What up, gang?
It works. Sweet.
Oh, yeah, it does say one credit. I see it.
Yeah, so you'll just use that.
That's for any size.
I think it's 50K.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 50K only.
Promo code MLT. All day, every day.
Dude, look at that bar out of the Dow to start the day.
My big desktop isn't even working right now.
What
So
you
I
mean?
honestly don't even have charts up. You know, I have my laptop just hooked up to my monitor. My monitor's not even working right now.
What
It
happened
goes
to
on the fritz. It goes on the fritz sometimes.
it? You talking
It's
about
not
me
ideal.
having issues?
It's the Mac's problem. So there's an adapter from the USB to the Mac, and like it's just always not a best connection, and sometimes it fucks with me heavy. Sometimes it's perfect.
I got you.
Yeah.
Dude, that Dow move is 162 points in the first 2 minutes.
Nvidia's getting through this level. It could rocket up to 191. Didn't open above. That's all I was watching.
I think the game plan for today, I mean, yeah, we do
I
have levels in here still.
feel like Tesla longs 500 calls for end of February are gonna print.
Earnings coming up.
But a little too early. Earnings coming up.
Yeah.
At weekly, once it triggers, I want to get long.
Set 8004.
Hit Mike Jones up on the low because Mike Jones was about to blow.
I love that you know that.
Tesla trying to rocket into that level 443. Should I take some NVIDIA longs? What are those contracts at? 190s are at 65 bucks.
So I took them yesterday. I just took some of the profits from the IWM. So this is my second option trade of the week. It's OPEX here as well. So I took let me double check. Yeah, 633s. So yeah, I got the 633s for today in Qs. Just essentially, I was assuming that maybe we'd get a gap up and clear that bar. I think I paid like 7 or 8 cents for them. They're like 2 cents right now. So obviously we got to get a pretty decent move out of this.
I want to long the next pullback in Tesla, but I don't know if I have the balls. And I want to long NVIDIA. Those are at 80 bucks. I just got filled one at 77. But I wanted some long risk. Just trying to get over the level. I'm gonna watch for an ad. I think the video's got room to 191.
I don't mind it.
And 193. Just depends on what markets want to do here.
It's a pretty Pretty bold reversal out of the Dow there. Russell making new lows. So far, only market to do so. I kind of want to be long NASDAQ.
I have my video on. I'm walking all over the place over here.
I mean, NASDAQ opening print is 869.
NVIDIA trying to do something. Tesla getting back over the level. Didn't even get a 2-minute pullback.
Yeah, Meta making a move. I kind of think we're going to pop up here to like 904s for NASDAQ. And then from there, we can kind of see like if we're able to actually get something going from there, then I think we have a shot at making a decent move on the day. Otherwise, maybe we fade back some of this, which would not be fun, I don't think. Yeah, I see gold. I just don't know what to do with it. I mean, silver is going absolutely nuts here, down $3. It's had a pretty wide range. $89.09s. We're just now pushing that. Russell still new lows, down new lows now. Tesla moving decent though. I kind of want to try a little NASDAQ here. Stops under 45s. So 25 points up over opening print here. It's basically a little over 1-to-1 to get up to 904s. So we got to assume that we're going to break that.
Damn. Those Teslas are at 50 cents. They just hit 160 already.
Did you get some?
No, it wasn't enough. I wanted a little bit more of a 2-minute pullback. If it had one more 2-minute bar there, I would have, but we get a pullback into 443, I might take it. But I feel like contracts might be, I'm probably being overzealous, but I'm hoping we get a little Friday trend day where these contracts can go crazy on a couple names with OPEX. But I'll keep you posted on those new videos. But yeah, I was just watching those, like, damn, that was a fat ass compound interest there.
Little Tesla spike there.
Mm-hmm. Especially in premium. Those 450s. But yeah, I still don't even have my charts. I'm just working with my little laptop screen at this point, which is it's not ideal. I only have that NVIDIA on. Tesla gets a 2-minute pullback into 44334. I'll add some. Market's trending. I don't got the 4 grid. I'm fucking riding blind here.
No, we're basically sideways. Like we're 15 points away from the open on NASDAQ. S&Ps are sitting right at open. Russell moved lower, Dow went higher and then pulled back. So like there's nothing there really. NASDAQ kind of maybe wants new lows. Kind of doesn't act like it at the same time. Dow just got new lows. People liking the thumbnail, by the way.
Let's go.
OPEX. Markets closed Monday. MLK Day. What do you think? We see a move in metals today, or do we see a move in equities? That's the question.
Tesla stronger than the video, which is making me mad.
He said, so what happened to your TPT? Well,
What had happened was
I'll make a video breaking it down. It was a very unfortunate series of events.
that's the intro to the video.
Let's just put it this way. I was $25 away from they were evals. But I was either on day 5 or day 6. And like with them, you got to have 5 days, no day is like greater than 50%. Still got to hit the targets and stuff. So I was $25 away from passing all 5. And then I was not $25 away from passing and they were blown. So yeah, it was fun. Not really, but
You can laugh about it.
I'll do a video on it. It'll be all right.
You should totally start that video with a series of unfortunate events.
What's crazy is like I normally don't put hard stops in. And like that is
What got you?
partially, yeah.
What are the
Yeah.
series of events?
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the gurus don't talk about it, but there's a lot of human error in trading sometimes. We're not robots.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of it can be avoided, but
I mean, I probably could have avoided some of it.
pretty sure I have a text to prove it that said, bro, just step away. I felt the energy. I was like, something ain't right.
I actually did leave though. Like I was away from the desk.
That's what you said, yeah. But you're still able to press the buttons?
No, I had to go drop truck off, get tires and stuff like that. And
Ooh, look at, oh wait, never mind.
I just dropped it off and came back. And then that's when I realized like the error issue that had occurred. But all's well.
Here's NVIDIA next 2-minute buy setup here. Technically put stops at that pivot, which is a little bit above break even, depending on the entry. Hopefully that's enough to keep going, but that's what I'm watching. Tesla, I want to pull back and a trigger. There's the pullback on Tesla.
Meta's still trending nicely. I can't tell if silver is going to get absolutely wrecked today off this 89.09 area, or if the strength in gold is going to continue if it doesn't get wrecked.
You can share my screen.
You can go for it. Did you turn your camera on?
I thought it was.
Oh no, it's just black. You got that security tape on there?
Come on, Tesla, just a little bit more, baby, 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 boo, boo. Oh, in the video, you're gonna pop eyes and fail. Perfect. One second.
Russell came back hard just now. Nasdaq's still chilling down there.
Yeah, my shit should be on. Oh, it's just black, but you're not seeing my
There you go.
my. Okay, there goes.
Yeah, now you
What
are.
about? Okay, there we go. I'll share a different screen. All right, a little bit delayed, and I only have a little bit of time, but we got that on. NVIDIA just popped highs. I'm trying to fell like a baby back bitch. Tesla just triggered a 2-minute buy setup. Where the index is doing? You about to long silver?
Yeah, I think it goes higher. I just don't. I mean, off this 89.09s, it's probably fine for higher. The stops are just so wide. It doesn't really make sense. I'm just watching it.
I will see. Hey, the fucking motherfucker. Can you cuss on here?
I mean, you just did. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really technically.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, I guess.
The video pulling back. Hey, they came for a full port Friday, not just I'm watching something. I'm just watching Friday.
Oh no.
Share screen, share your TPT, and show them fucking full port. Let's fucking. You have a Apex actually, because you could pass that in one trade.
I didn't reset those yet on TPT just so I can do the video.
Do you have an Apex to share?
I do.
Yeah, share your Apex
Do
screen and fucking pass an account for the boys.
I don't know if I can share. It's not the same. I don't know if I can share that screen at the same time. I'll have to mess with that.
Or just
'Cause
make it your main screen.
I could probably, actually, you know what I can do? I could probably set this up. Let me do that this weekend. I'm gonna set this up to where like everybody can see the Ninja order screen. That would
Yeah,
actually work.
something where they can see your P&L and stuff like I've been telling you.
Yeah, that would work.
NVIDIA, nice bar there. So I'm thinking that pivot's going to hold those contracts. Did get a pullback to the entry, which is 80 cents. They're back at $1 now. First trim is at like 160. That'd be 3 Rs. We'll see what they do.
This Nasdaq move is like, yeah, ugly.
I haven't even watched them because I'm dealing with a limited real estate over here. Just a pure relative strength name I wanted to play. That's the YM right there getting smacked. What's NASDAQ and ES doing?
It down a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Dow's about to make new lows here. S&P is about to make new lows.
Mm-hmm.
Gold kind of pulled back a little bit now, rallying back. Silver, kind of same thing. I feel like if we retest the 8909s, then we probably shouldn't try longs, but if we hold above it, then maybe we should try longs, but I also don't trust it.
One name that I've mentioned that I was cost averaging in, but I was more hopping, more screaming IBIT and Bitcoin, but one of them with the SMH, man, that one's been going crazy. I should have fucking full ported.
SMH?
Yeah, it's still going crazy, even though like Nvidia is not breaking highs. Somehow SMH is, which is basically the ETF of Nvidia. And all
Okay.
of its
Well, AMD had a pretty decent move this week. That's been like at the
another.
top of my list, like almost every day in terms of like movers.
I never trade AMD, but I have it on my 10 grid this week as well because it's been moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a normal name for me to touch either, but
World of strength going sideways with this move lower. Tesla sideways, Nvidia, yeah, sideways. We set a divergence here and start to pop. Or is that just too much to ask for on this lovely Friday?
do we try silver is the question.
I'll try silver in my account. I can share my account probably. Let's see if I can share my
Or
screen.
do we short it is the question.
Well, those are the two options for sure. Do we long or do we short that motherfucker? Silver has been ripping, yeah. Let me take a look at the chart. See, I'm trying not to get too caught up on all that though. So I don't think we're just gonna roll over.
I don't think we will either, but at the moment we haven't been able to find any semblance of strength. So
Not great for relative strength, is what you're saying.
potentially here.
This little SI, I say you long John silver this thing right here on this 2-minute trigger here. Keep tight, keep stops real tight. 88.8.
Kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Go ahead and do it. Order filled. We can take a few stabs in there. Are you trading an Apex account? Can we pass that bitch in one trade or what?
I'll trade it on an Apex. Let me see. Oh, wrong one. You know, you can't trade the micros.
Nvidia, another pop to highs and failure.
Did you know that?
I know what?
You can't trade the micros for silver. I don't think you can trade it at TPT, Apex. For whatever reason, like they don't. There's a
Make you fuck around and find out.
I forget who posted it. Someone posted it. It was a Comex issue or something. I might have seen. I think Lucid posted it.
Dude, I need my damn charge to pop. Damn. Nvidia's getting that pullback. Those stops are at 50 cents on those cons. Again, the fill was about 77. That was a harsh failure there. 15-minute did pop highs. Might want to come down and test that level 189.23. Hopefully that doesn't stop me out of those cons. Be getting a pullback. Yeah, still above the level. Tesla pull back into the level with a 5-minute trigger. The long is above 450 though on Tesla. That's the problem. But I might have to long it. We got the daily high or low in place. I like where this weekly's at.
I don't love that NASDAQ has just faded this entire thing.
See, I've been watching NASDAQ, so
Let's take a
yeah,
look
it's
at her.
bars.
It's been completely straight down.
Well, we got to take out those pre-market highs or lows. And we have that huge red bar to work with. Yesterday. So that makes sense. Look at that weekly. We're going to close right at the open, dude.
It kind of looks like it.
We're going to go down, take pre-market highs, and then pop back up and just have like a decent small green doji. But a gap above those levels next week, I mean, it's too easy.
Rip out next week.
Yeah, just a gap above the 996. That'd be awesome. That'd work. I got a special guest on I can come on stream. Come on stream.
No, you got the pup?
Yeah, I'm about to have puppy duties and at 9 o'clock. Let me see my work schedule too.
I thought we would see a little bit more from the gap up today, honestly. I'm a little disappointed in that.
We need a bit of a better gap.
We could have had a little bit better of a gap. That's also true.
That's NVIDIA into the level. Not stopped out of these cons, so hopefully that low stays. Otherwise, I'm gonna get freaking kicked out if we turn around here, but we'll see what happens and if I need to find another entry or not. If I should just fuck off. I really like Tesla more. So I'm loving the test of this level on a 5-minute. Maybe we get a divergence and the indexes start to put some green bars in. Or I just shut everything down and fucking call it a week, man. What do you guys think? Full port or call it a week? All right, 1 sec.
Where'd silver go?
Wrigley, here.
Silver kind of rejecting this so far.
Wrigley. Wrigley. Wrigley, here.
Russell not holding the open either.
Hey, come here. Come say hi, dude. What's up?
What up, puppy?
What's up?
He's still being a menace.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's doing good. He's doing better. He's getting used to us. Oh. But or getting used to routine or whatever, but he still likes digging in dirt. I'm trying to think what else he's bad at. He's good at everything, dude. He's great.
That's good.
I know.
A little buddy for cash.
Yeah, catch. I was telling my buddy the other day. Here's Tesla. Let's watch this Tesla. These contracts are back at like 47 bucks. Cash is like he's a great sleeper, but he does like kind of toss and turn at night and kind of move up and down the bed and whatever. Snuggle with us and move around and blah blah blah. But like the last like 4 weeks since we've had this dog, he's been just a rock at the bottom of the bed, just like so exhausted. I'm playing with homeboy. So yeah, it's real good for him.
You let both of them sleep in the bed?
No, the little guy's still in the crate. He sleeps in his crate, our playpen. Dude, should I take this 2-minute Tesla? Does it look like index is about to hold here? Or put some sort of divergence?
I don't know, let's ask the
I hate
chat.
that I can't see everything. That's my fucking sign to fuck off.
Let's ask the chat. What do you guys think? It's not our money, but should Osborne long Tesla here?
All right, too late. I'm getting in. You fuckers were too late. You missed the entry. You missed the sucker entry. No, I'm just kidding. I got one of those fuckers for 50 cents. I want to get more of them. Does Tesla do anything, Chad? Full port. All right, full port. 2 more full ports and I'll fucking do it.
Full Port Friday. Oh, where's my chat? Here we go. There's one more.
Oh fuck, it's about to fail already, boys. 2-minute is already failing. I said I'm gonna wait for the 5-minute.
Just average down. It's better. It's better at this price.
Yeah, you're right.
uh,
Triple down. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Get your bully stick.
Russell actually doesn't look terrible now.
Does it?
Or the Russell.
Russell? I'm gonna wait for a 5-minute on Tesla. Hey, boy. Hey, hell
Meta's
with that. He
moving.
is. Hey, what's up, dude?
Free will fly like an Escalade.
You double dare me? Cool kids pee their pants.
I kind of don't mind the Russell, but I don't love the other indices. And we're not really. Man, if silver holds here, actually not terrible, but.
Oh, you motherfucker. God damn, he just bit the shit out of my thumb. That was not cool.
Them little puppy teeth are sharp too, dude.
Dude, this guy's fucking half shark. He's half shark with his teeth and he's half fucking falcon with his claws. We had to get him cut already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the dude could fucking fillet a fish.
This guy said ABC. Russell never came back to test the open after it pushed back above just now. Nasdaq maybe is trying to bottom here. Your Tesla's not really getting too much love at the moment right here, but silver breaking out. Is there a way to 93.70s are those highs? So there's still like, that's what's crazy is there's $4. There's $4 to the upside in silver.
Is that 2-minute holding or did it fail?
In what?
Silver.
In silver? No, it failed.
Here's the 5-minute about the trigger. NVIDIA did stop me out, obviously. I'm gonna leave everything alone, man. The fact that my computer ain't working, I'm gonna take that as a sign. So took a small loss on the video. That was tiny loss actually. So I didn't get my entry I wanted. I think I should call it, man. Do you see anything that's sticking out? Maybe next week is gonna be fun. If we get a gap up. Otherwise, I should long a 5-minute NVIDIA. I'm just wondering if these relative strengths bust out today. I feel like it wanted to, but this is a bit of a longer pullback here. Indexes need a. Yeah, there's a nice little ES green bar. Took it out pre-market. Did NQ take it to pre-market lows? Not quite.
We haven't done anything. We haven't done anything yet.
All right, I gotta jump. My dog's freaking out. Riggs, what's up, bud? Can't give me 5 more minutes? You wanna go play with your Bubba or what? Give me 5 more minutes to fucking full port. Look at this guy. You can't see him.
Oh, by the door.
That's what I'm dealing with over here. I'm trying to make a fucking $1 million and I fucking got to deal with this. Hey, bud. Trying to make money here. Unbelievable. All right, maybe that's a clip, maybe not. Who knows?
I actually found a software that'll like run through and try and pull clips automatically, and then you just kind of have to do some like light editing to it. It's not too bad.
I'll jump right back. Sick. All right, sorry for the short stream, G.
You bouncing?
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. We didn't really do any full part Friday stuff, but
R2I's trying to go.
it is. It is.
Tesla not doing. Tesla triggered a 5 minute right here. I'd full port something for you guys about NVIDIA. Yeah, I'm gonna just stay away from that shit.
We got that weird Russell Dow, which Dow doesn't necessarily have a ton of strength at the moment, but we got that weird kind of relation. I mean, Russell's green on the day, Nasdaq's technically green, but down from the open.
Well, fuck off. I gotta look at the numbers. I'm pretty sure it was a break-even week for me. I gotta double check, but I think I had 2 good trades, and then or 1 good trade, and then a couple of small losers. God, I'll confirm. Yeah, I think I only had 1 good day, and then a series of losers, small losers. So I think I should just fuck off and not do anything silly willy. Look at these indexes one more time. Yeah. Yep.
Have fun in that.
I'm gonna save that TPT account you gave me, and I'll put it on. I'll share that screen on live and trade it next week.
Okay.
Let's do that. Enjoy your weekend, my brother.
All right, man. You too. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm around this weekend. We actually we don't have the kids after
Nice.
tomorrow, so that's gonna be nice.
Nice. I'll hit you up or hit me up.
All right, dude. Sounds good.
My brother. Peace.
Peace. Nasdaq new low. Nasdaq new low. So far, only market to do so, actually. $7K on S&P is annoying. Yeah, I mean, we're certainly not able to break through it at the moment. That is for sure. Silver's back down here at 89.09s. Doesn't look like it actually wants to do the thing. Let me see something here real quick. Yeah, I took a couple Q calls yesterday as well, just right at the end of the day, or towards the end of the day, I should say. I kind of expected us to get a little bit more of a move to the upside than what we're currently seeing here. The only thing at the moment that's really getting any love is, yeah, I'm surprised as well. I mean, I am just as surprised as you. I kind of want to try the Russell here, but does it go 10 points and gets the new highs, breaks yesterday's highs? I'm going to try a little Russell here. We don't have the technical trigger or anything just yet. And if we drop the next 2 points and kind of make new lows under this little 94.50s we just set, it's about 2 points worth of risk here. And if we can get 27.05, it's about 9 points worth of reward there. We've got the divergence here happening at the moment in the NASDAQ. Probably doesn't really mean anything either way, but we do in fact have it. So I'm going to at least give it the opportunity to try and hold and continue the rally if it wants. NASDAQ, on the other hand, we'll probably look for a short at some point, which is not what I had in the cards. That's through yesterday's low just now there. Russell kind of still pulling back. It's a pretty bold statement there out of, I'll close the Russell. Wait, are you kidding me, Russell? All right, I'm gonna leave that be for a second. That was super unfortunate. What is happening with gold though? I see this on the side of my screen over here. 1020. Is there something that I'm unaware of on the calendar for today? Because that's a pretty bold move out of both silver and gold there. I'm going to avoid the Russell here at the moment. NASDAQ is weaker than I would like for it to be. That's the dilemma that I'm having here. It might be a nothing day, but there's still. I mean, if we do make the move down to Wednesday's lows, there's a level down in there at 493 quarters. At this point, we probably need a little bit of a rally back and then some sort of sell setup in order to really do anything with it. But at the same time, we're also going to be fighting the divergence. Like we just made new lows in the S&Ps, we just made new lows in the NASDAQ, and no new lows in the Russell or the Dow. So it's like, do we fight that divergence for a move to the downside? Russell just made a new low under that last 5-minute bar there. Silver getting smacked. 88.29s now. Some scissor, sipping on some scissor. Pop yesterday's lows and rip. So far, I mean, we pretty much did just that. I kind of want to try the Russell again here. 95 tens by 93 tens is about 2 points again. Still same, basically 10-point target. We're right back where we initially were looking at this. We're just so close to opening print, but that's a strong reaction out of NASDAQ and S&Ps there. We might have been just a touch early on that earlier. That gold move though, I'm watching out of the corner of my eye, is nuts. Silver's about to take opening print. There's room to 84.35s, which is still another like basically 4 points lower. That move is nuts though. Silver rally back to like 88.25s or so, and then get rejected to the downside, 88.23s. Russell trying to reverse that bar, so good avoidance there. NASDAQ doesn't look like it actually wants to make that move now. Doesn't look like it actually wants to hold here. That's gonna be the big thing. Silver just chilled for a second at opening print. Might still pop to 88 quarters or so. Gold new lows. NASDAQ 2-minute chart is just a straight, literal straight waterfall to the downside. Russell did just check opening print right there. I think we just watched the silver move in awe. Like, gold actually just ran off my screen on the other side over there. Yeah, you always welcome, bro. I don't know. I'm conflicted here. I kind of think that maybe we long Russell if we're looking to do something. At the same time, it's like, that is actually a nasty hourly on Tesla. Wow, I didn't even look at that since after Osborne left. If NASDAQ can, we got 2 minutes. Damn, gold is freaking nuts. This gold and silver move is crazy. Silver's at 87. That's wild. I'm literally, it's running off the bottom of my screen. It's a $2 drop in silver, like it was basically nothing. Good Lord. Russell. Coming back up to opening print. Apex extending the 35 or the 80% off $35 resets. Still 65 bucks on PA fees for the 25, 50, 100Ks. Holy gold. Silver is 86.70s now. I feel like that's the I feel like that's the move right there. Holy. Gold's actually falling quicker than silver. 45.16s is below. If we make the move to if we make the move to 332s today for NASDAQ, what is that? 320 some odd points from here. It's like 611 on the QQQ. The 612s are like 12 cents. We'd have to get absolutely smacked, which we're already technically down like 200 points from the open, so another 300 points isn't necessarily out of the question, I don't think. $6.13s or 16 cents. Maybe we just put a lotto on for the day. See if we can't get a little bit of a retracement. And then maybe just put on some Q puts for a move to the downside. It's either that or we're going to range out. We find a bottom. And then it's a completely lackluster of a day left. What do you think, Hassan? You want to throw some, should we throw some yellow puts out there? I mean, if we do SPY, market either bottoms here or we get absolutely wrecked to the downside. So Q's 613 puts for today. They're 19 cents. I grabbed some at I could be buying the bottom, and I'm totally okay with that. I got filled at 17 cents. That's my complete lotto for the day. If we get absolutely wrecked, then I'll be okay with it. 613 puts for today. Targets on that is, I'm looking at SPY. Target on that would be 611.75s. And that would be the equivalent of NASDAQ getting the move down into 25,332.75. So about 300 points from here is essentially where that's looking for us to go to. He said, I don't want to do anything. It's been a weird week. Yeah, it is weird that it's the Friday before a holiday and we're getting wrecked. We also, I mean, we're seeing a big move out of gold and silver. And I don't really know. I mean, I could be completely talking out of my ass on this one. I don't know if there's like any sort of ramifications to that, like meaning the move in gold and silver at the moment is impacting the markets in some way. But like gold and silver getting wrecked here, and it's a pretty broad asset class like sell off. So, I mean, maybe bonds here were down this morning and they've kind of like been working their way back up. So, I don't know. We're total range on the day is $6.37 for the QQQ. Total range at the moment for NASDAQ is $264. So we got another 300 points to go, which essentially should make the Qs move about $9, $8. That would put us right at that 611.75s. Sell it. It's so crazy how in the market you can go from thinking that, hey, we're getting this gap up. Maybe if we can get up through like this level up here, then we can rally and get to like 314s in NASDAQ, 26 314s. And then now we break down and it's like 25 332s. Within the time span of like an hour, the total sentiment shift that we've seen is kind of crazy. Didn't do anything with this. Wasn't really interested in a short. There was definitely opportunity to short, but I didn't really care to short with all the higher time frames still bullish. Yeah, and I totally don't blame you, like at all. I'm just gonna put on the QQQ position and probably call it a day. If anything, I might rip some lucid flex evals at some point today. Yo, I did like the thumbnail, bro. I appreciate that. Bum, bum, bum. If you guys haven't checked them out, by the way, there is a link for you. Code MLT, of course. That might be the only thing in which I do. I'm honestly a little. I'm not super upset, but I am a little sad that I failed those the TPTs because I was damn near on like a perfect run, which is kind of crazy. This market is getting wrecked. Yo, Coley, you listening? This contract just popped up to 26 cents there. 613s at 611.75. They should be worth. I don't know. Can we get like $2.25 for them? $2.50 for them? I'll be down for that. Hold on, I got a tinkle. Oh, can you hear me now? I forgot I muted the mic when I walked away for a second. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Like 630s. Russell's the one that doesn't seem like it really wants to die today. NASDAQ, on the other hand, is just extremely weak. And I could be partially a little bit biased at this point because I would honestly enjoy the move down to 611s. But we did write this in the Sunday Stock Talk. So I wrote, on the downside, though, we do have room into 25, 332, 75s. And similar to the S&P, if we get beneath there, it gets really ugly. So I don't know. There's one of two scenarios here in which I kind of see playing out, which is one, we end up kind of holding right down in and around where we're at now. And if we kind of pop back up over like 675s, maybe give or take, then I can kind of see that being the reality. And we close the week with a small kind of doji bar. Total range on the week at the moment is like 600 points. So basically 300 points of those being today, we're right inside the middle of that range, right? So we're 120 points away from the open of the week. So could we rally up here another 100 points, give or take, and kind of back up towards like 750s or so? We certainly could, and that would be a rather boring kind of end of the week if that's what we did. It being OPEX, markets being closed on Monday, the possibility, like this is not the traditional type of OPEX action that I would see. So I kind of lean a little bit more towards the thinking that we're already seeing a little bit of untraditional type action. So like, why not see a little bit more and see if this wants to actually make the move down? That's kind of my thinking at this point. So if that's to be the case, then obviously we've got, 300 points to the downside we could make that move to. And if so, like that would be fun, I think, right? So otherwise, we'll know relatively soon whether we're just going to end up chopping out here and somewhere down in this area is kind of a bottom. And then we do nothing for the rest of the day and kind of find in this range that we've already, established. So that's essentially the thing in which I'm waiting for. I don't necessarily know that there's a long opportunity, whether that be in the Russell or the Dow or anything else. Russell is probably the one I would lean towards more so if we were going to look for some type of short or look for some type of long. NASDAQ's more where I would lean if we're looking for some type of short. So and we're getting that little bit of a pop now back up towards 675s or so. Those contracts are now 10 cents here on NASDAQ. Gold's back up at 45.77s. I kind of want to add just a little bit more of those just for fun. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Looking at that, I don't know how to act. I added just a couple more on those Qs, the 613 puts, and then I'm done. We're gonna let it work now. But we did get this rally back just a little bit. And like I said, if it ends up being that that's the low a day, then so be it. $10.58. Let's see if the dude messaged me back. Anybody done anything like actually worthwhile today? I don't feel like I've done anything that's actually impressive. Haven't found many setups lately. I think today is interesting. Just, I mean, in total, the whole down move, we had like 3 green bars. So, I mean, NASDAQ sells off basically 300 points in the span of like an hour. And there's 10 minutes of that that's, you know, green. You lost 20K yesterday? Oh, that sucks. I lost 15K in eval money. It's not quite the same, but we should, that should be a thing. Eval money should be a thing. I feel like eval money is a thing. Yeah. You haven't puked at the lows. Are you holding calls? I'm thoroughly confused. You think V bottom, we go back up to highs? I mean, that would be a very like OPEX kind of nonsense to do. You got a short on NASDAQ from 759 to 673s. Okay. It's not terrible. Well, 80, 90 points. Said hopium. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, like, well, I don't know. GC to close at highs? That's a bold one. Silver's current, does that mean silver goes to highs too? Silver's at 87.80s. I think gold most likely probably goes back lower. I don't see, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't have a way to play this to rally 50 points from here, but 45.77s is going to kind of be that line in the sand there. If we got back over opening print on gold, then like I'd give some I mean shit, you might be right. You might be right, I don't know. I would give it a look at over opening print for a potential long, but we're front running that 45.16s down there. The weekly chart is definitely like screaming that it could try and find a bit of a top. The silver move. The silver move. Oh, that's insane. That weekly chart's nuts. You said, is it okay to buy out of the money call same time when having puts? Is it legal? Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, there's nothing to say you can't. It's called a, is it called a straddle or a strangle? One of the two. It can work, but the vast majority of the time it's not going to work unless you get a massive move. Because, yeah, you're going to lose on one and maybe make a little bit on the other one. But unless you get a really big move, it's not a long-term strategy that I think has any success. You're better off learning how to actually trade and then picking direction and waiting for entries, divergences, levels, etc. And then just taking either calls or puts from that would be what I would say to do, as opposed to just like buying out of the money both ways. If you did that this week, you probably lost every day except for maybe one. And depending on where you closed on that one day, which would have been Wednesday, it still probably ended up maybe being a loser. There's a ton of math and there's a ton of really smart people behind the pricing of options and the expected moves and all of that. Um, that it's kind of tough to like game the system in that way. Yeah, the earnings really straddle plays. It's hard to hit as premiums, just price in the expected moves for, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Unless you get like a 2 times and sometimes even up to a 3 times expected move, it's just not going to pay. The Russell here getting a little pump back up over opening print there. Yeah, 100-point move in Meta would certainly do the trick. Which, there's a valid argument to the price action from this week being what it is based on the fact that earnings essentially start up next week. And watching gold here, it's back at opening print. So it might close honestly on highs today, which would be kind of crazy. Let me see if there's are there GLD options for today? There's got to be, right? Yeah. 426. The 426s would be 13 cents. So you got to get all the way back up to basically 46, 46, 46, 50 points from here to make that worthwhile in gold. Money in the bank. Shorty, what you think about that? Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you're sipping. If the traditional OPEX action holds true, then we have a really wide range to play inside of today. S&Ps, I guess, have rallied back about half the move so far. Dow a little bit more, maybe. It's actually almost back to opening print here. RTY from 2686, target 2703. I don't mind it. I mean, we did just have a pretty decent dip. Nasdaq dropped like 300 points. Oh. I don't really know what it is that I'm looking for here at the moment. Like, I'm not looking for new entries into anything. We added some of those uh, Q puts for a big move to the downside. Otherwise, otherwise, I don't really know what there would be. GC is hanging out right around that opening print, which is kind of funny. 45.91s right here. Silver's at 88.46s. It doesn't really want to go down without a fight, that's for sure. That move lower this morning was a little bit gnarly though. $3 range on the day, $3.09 range. Nasdaq could very easily here kind of set up a 15-minute sell right back up into this gap fill area, 25.700s. I was talking 25.675s. Yeah, that looked like news. The move in gold and silver kind of looked a bit like news, but I didn't see anything tweeted at least that would cause that. Unless someone got blown out. Certainly possible, I guess. Yo. This dude had a crazy beard and cut it. That is wild. All right. It's looking a bit more boring now. Russell here trying to hold on just above opening print. That honestly wouldn't be too surprising if Russell kind of went out towards highs. It's had a phenomenal like last 2 weeks. Definitely a breakout potential year for the Russell here. Silver's back under opening print. Gold is rejecting it so far again now. The Dow got close. Then kind of rejecting here. Silver. Anybody have anything? Is there anything I should be watching that I'm not watching somehow? You're in NASDAQ at 645s for longs? Baba got whacked, yeah, 164s. I see that. I'll be a little sad if we do go back to like 904s. Nasdaq's rallied 100, basically 100 points off low so far. This is Nasdaq's like 30 points. I talked about this down at lows. If we rallied back like 100 couple points, Nasdaq's 30 points away from opening print here on the week. So we have basically gone nowhere. 623 first entry, 677, average of 645. Nice. Nice. Silver actually made a decent little move just now. 88.45s there. Bouncing back up off that opening print. That's a crazy looking chart. Um, oh, silver's moving now. Gold actually might make that move back up to highs, which would be crazy. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't really think I'm going to do anything else here. I mean, maybe Russell pops up, grabs new highs here, and then we roll over on that divergence, but it kind of doesn't seem, I mean, that's probably just a little bit hopeful. Impressive rally back though out of Nasdaq. At 130 points or so now off lows. Dow's coming up to opening print here. And Russell is actually about to make new highs on the day in just another couple ticks. We effectively bought the bottom today, except we bought puts. We did not buy calls, which I'm okay with. But an impressive rally back nonetheless. $11.31. New bar. Russell's about to pop these highs here, 99.70s. Low of the day was 591.50s here. Total range 299.5 points on the day. Anybody have any questions for me? Otherwise, I might go ahead and just wrap it up. OPEX. I don't really know that I saw any like, I mean, of the individual names and stuff either, it wasn't great. Like, Apple didn't really move, Amazon didn't move, AMD was getting a gap up, essentially filled the gap, and then kind of slowly rallied it back and went sideways. Tesla was a little bit of a tease initially there. It looked like it probably wanted to go higher and then didn't. Same with Meta. Snow is actually trending at the moment, making a move. I don't really know that that counts for anything though. Microsoft, same thing. Kind of, it's actually breaking out at the moment. Netflix sideways. Yeah, no, a very sideways start, unfortunately. Russell, on the other hand, though, has had a nice couple of weeks worth of rally. Russell's kind of gotten that break that it's been, you could argue, needing for a while. Yeah, it matched it, 99.70 so far. NASDAQ kind of rejecting a little bit there. Flat on NASDAQ. I can't say I blame you. Stops under 691s, give or take. Would still give you 200 points worth of room to the upside for about 30, 40 points. Eh. Russell here break into new highs. If this is the crazy this is the crazy OPEX action for the year, like do we see massive like normally we see a little bit of a rally, move back through lows. Like, is it going to be wide range OPEX? We didn't get the trend. So my idea of like the untraditional type of OPEX day and we just straight trend to the downside obviously didn't happen. But this is not the traditional OPEX type of, the Russell maybe a little bit so. 20-point range. That one certainly kind of makes sense. Let's see what silver's doing. 88.80s. It's actually about to break back over that 89.09s. And gold is pushing 46.02s. That is going to be wild if gold is back over 46.20s. Let's see what these GLDs are going for. We looked at these earlier. What do we say? GLD 426s, 425s. 426s are 20, they're 21 cents now. They were 13. That's actually making a bit of a move there. Russell new high day. 88.88s. Silver looks like it wants back up through this 89.09 area. Russell kind of looks stuck. What's up, Starboy? $27.0490. There's still like 3 points to go in there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to end up doing anything else. Should kept your original stop. It's not a. I don't think it's an easy trading day. I think that the Dow first move of the day up through 752s, which I still don't really even see. Like, I don't see what that was. I mean, it's not Nvidia. It's not maybe Microsoft. I don't know. Maybe the combination of those three. I don't see. I don't see what that was. Maybe JPM played a little role in that. American Express. I wonder what Verizon did. Did I miss a memo in Verizon? Why is this thing just stuck? Oh, it's this thing. That makes more sense. That would be AT&T. Is that like 23 bucks? What does this pay? It pays 27 cents a quarter. Um, so it's paying a little over $1. So it's like a 4% dividend, just under 5 maybe for AT&T. Verizon pays 69 cents per quarter. They pay 69 cents per quarter, so $2.80 a year. Um, so what does that equal? 0.69 times 4, 276. 7%. Is that right? They pay a 7, Verizon pays a 7% dividend? It looks like it. Do the indexes work off buying and selling pressure? Yeah, I mean the futures are going to move based on the futures themselves. But like typically you'll see like if there's something crazy like Nasdaq got that news from Nvidia the other day, like you'll see that on the indices chart as well, right? Like there's going to be buying and selling related to that news just based on, if it's an individual name or whatever the case is. We're still going to see that movement. You would typically think that there's something for a move like that where we move, 160 points in 2 minutes. You would think that there's something there that's moving. Doesn't mean there has to be, but typically you're going to see something. Silver is kind of coming off those 8909s a little bit. We've done the thing where Russell kind of came up and got the new highs. Nothing else did, of course. Dow sitting right at opening print. S&P still obviously a little bit shy. So maybe we reject from here and Nasdaq can go back towards lows, and that's our range overall at this point. But I don't think there's going to be too much to do with this unless we get some type of news event today. I don't know why sometimes on Google Maps certain places are updated and others are not. Like, how do I update my maps? That's what I want to know. Because I see an update online, but it doesn't show up on my phone, and it doesn't make sense to me. Gold getting rejected a little bit there. Anybody have any questions? I don't know that there's necessarily anything really to do here. I guess gold's back at opening print if you're into that sort of risk on the day. Silver kind of same thing there. Nasdaq kind of looks like it could go lower from here. Yeah, I mean, it was a decent move down, 300 points. I don't really know that there was a great way of playing it, is the only problem. I mean, you had to have essentially assumed that we were going lower today. It really only gave a 2-minute kind of sell setup. Like I said, there was only 15 minutes worth of rally inside that whole move down. I'd be down to see us get absolutely smacked from here. That also would be better for next week too. So, like, yeah, I'm talking my position, but at the same time, like, we need either a break to the downside in this range, or we need a break to the upside. Like, staying inside this range is not ideal. And it's not that far. Like, break us down 400 points in NASDAQ. We did it this morning in like an hour, 300 points. So, baby girl, play it on me. Maybe NASDAQ starts a little selling pressure here. We did the thing, like, we did the thing we were talking about where we come down. We rallied back a little further than I thought, but we did see Russell get new highs, which is the only market to do so. So that part at least is in place. So opening print's 91.50 for gold and 88.05. Yeah, 88.05 is for silver there. So yeah, it would make sense again now that the Russell's got those highs out of the way. NASDAQ can come down and make new lows. Whether we get continuation or not, it would make sense like from a traditional OPEX style thing that we like come down and at least get those lows one more time. I say that when we start to rally back. What do you guys think? You think we close lower or higher from here? Is sideways an option? I guess sideways is an option. Is that kind of positive? I'm still here. I'm about to dip. I was working on doing some other things. Mini trade. No, I still have the Q puts. That's about it at the moment. I've debated gold a couple times. I don't really know that I want to do that at the moment. I'm kind of leaning more towards enjoying the weekend, and then I got to reset my take profit trader accounts, and then come back on Tuesday and see what that looks like, or what the markets look like, I should say. I would love for us to break this range today, but at this point, it doesn't seem like that's possible. I set some alerts for below. If we could get the move lower, then I think that's the better move at the end of the day. I mean, if we could be somewhere under 332s realistically before we start getting earnings, and then if it is to be a good earnings season, and then kind of take out these 25 900s and make our way up to 26 314s, like I think that's a good place for us to be, but we got to go lower first in order for that to kind of be a reality. So, which we don't technically have to trade 332s again, but I do think it would be nice to see that kind of break That's just a target on the way down there. I'm kind of waiting to see if NASDAQ can break down here, kind of get under like 670s. Breaking news. Honda has officially updated its logo for the first time in 26 years. What? There's no way companies believe this bullshit. The company says the refreshed design better reflects its brand identity and makes Honda easier to recognize worldwide. Excuse me? This is what they updated their logo to. So it went from a red and white H with Honda written underneath of it to just like a lounge chair with a all right. It kind of is a nasal strip. They've been watching too much Alex Hermosi. Any giveaway today? I don't actually think I have any at the moment to give away. I need to reach out and see if I can get some more. But code MLT works at all of your favorite firms. Anybody blow any accounts this week that they want to admit to? You blew a few evals. Blown accounts anonymous. That's funny, actually. That's actually funny. You blew some last week? Or you're saying it's the same as last week, like you blew accounts both weeks? What strategy are you using? That is one thing I will say. I've been like putting together pieces for this video that I want to make, and that is one thing I will say about Take Profit Trader from working that account is you actually have to legit know how to trade in order to pass the eval. Like it's one of the harder evals to pass. Like, I mean, with Apex, it's like, yeah, 1 day to pass, just YOLO some shit and honestly just trade some silver and you're probably there, right? Or gold. Which is still currently sitting like right at opening print for gold there. But I think when, and I don't know if this is going to become something or not, but like if you actually have to go through some sort of process that's actually more like an eval than just straight, you know, degen, which I think there's both. I think there's room for both in the marketplace. Well, I think when you actually have to go through that, I think it's maybe better in the long run. I don't have any data to like to back this up yet, but just like my overall thinking is that it might actually be a better system. Now, better could be relative, meaning that it could just take you an extra 4 days to pass that one compared to YOLOing some evals on Apex. And if you already know how to trade, then it doesn't really make a difference. But for someone that's actively trying to learn, or it's like their start into trading, then I think that might honestly be a better, it might be a better path. I don't know. I'm still giving that some thought and kind of like piecing it together. I guess you technically could. I didn't try and do that. It's not, you don't have to have a minimum on the other 3 days, right? It's just a matter of, yeah, I guess you could do that. I didn't even think about that. Well, shit. Yeah, like my days were, I'll put all this in the video. Yeah, you just gotta log a trade. I'll put all this in the video too, but like so day one, $395. Day two, $785. Day three, $330. Day four was minus 355. And then, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Day five was, so I was on the 6th day. Day five was $502.50. And then day six, minus 2003. So, like, my stats were actually looking really, really good. In there, and it wasn't any like, it wasn't any kind of crazy trades, nothing like that, until essentially yesterday. Which, again, I'll put it all in the video. But yeah, I guess that's true. If you just kind of not necessarily YOLO it, but give yourself some, get yourself a pretty decent little trade for $1,000, $1,500. Which I was technically, that was my thing, is I didn't want to break that like 50% number. So I was at 51,657 So I was already over the 50% number. So I needed like, $1,350, give or take, right? Um, and I was, again, I was essentially there. So like the number, like everything overall was essentially fine, um, until it wasn't. But so yeah, I didn't try and go super heavy with it and just knock out 2 days with good, $1,500 P&Ls. But maybe maybe we do that on the round two. The P&L was looking good though, even though it was eval. But I just don't like losing. Don't like. I mean, I don't mind losing trades. I just don't like losing in this type of situation because yeah. All right, I think I might wrap it up for the day. Market's not really doing anything, not moving. That's a good question. Do I find myself trading evals and fundeds and real money differently? I'm trying not to. Like I think inherently, yes, you could. Now, will I go like a little bit more degen mode, just trying to pass like Apex evals and stuff? Yeah, because it's 1 day to pass. It really doesn't make sense to like. I'd rather if I fail it like 2, 3, 4 times just to get past it, then I don't really think that matters. Because the end goal is just to get to the PA side of things. But the thing in which I'm not trying to do is do that once it is um like once it is actually funded, because at that point it is technically real money, if you will. Like it's real money that can hit your account. So but yeah, I do trade them a little bit more aggressively to pass than I normally would. Outside of the TPT ones, I was doing those, essentially just like normal. And I mean, you could see that from the numbers. You blew your straight to funded account today. Yesterday down 1,500. Nasdaq 15-minute chop today down 500. Yeah, I mean it certainly would have been easy to blow accounts yesterday and today. I can see that being a thing. I mean, kind of right there with you. You feel it's counterproductive to degen because you have to get back in discipline mode once you get funded. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I could see that. Futures is not for you. Well, what kind of strategy are you using? Like, what kind of risk management do you have? Like, those are, I wouldn't necessarily say futures are not for you. It sounds to me more like a risk problem if you're losing 1,500 one day and 500 the next, which essentially, I'm assuming it was like a 50K account. So your 2 grand risk is essentially gone at that point, right? And that's why you blew the account. So I think there's more to that statement than just that. Like the product itself is probably not the problem. Yeah, there we go. That's a that's a little bit better. That's the responsibility. Traded 2 weeks, like 500 up and down, lost discipline in one day. Yeah. But again, it goes back to, I don't technically know who you are, but it goes back to like what strategy are you using, right? Like what is it that you're doing? Because it's not necessarily bad that you went, 500 up and down in a range over 2 weeks. Like that's not terrible. But if it's because you were, up 500 one day, down 500 the next day, like if it was still a sizing thing, then yeah, there could be more to that. You brought account to 50,200 before you blew. I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, but you're still not like, what's the strategy? Like, what strategy are you using to trade with? What risk management did you have? Like, what were the risk metrics on the account that you put in place? Not necessarily what is on there. What R value did you set per trade? What daily loss limit did you set for yourself? What were the permitted products, right? I put that Apex thing in there, and now I don't know where I did it at, so I can't turn it off or edit it. But Apex is 80% off at the moment, not 90%. There we go. What's the strategy? I have many strategies, no single strategy. Is January usually this kind of price action? No. I wouldn't say that we're normally within like 100 points of the opening print of the year for NASDAQ with a total of like 600 point range for the first 2 weeks of the year. No, that's not the norm. We do have earnings. Excuse me. That essentially always kick off, like the third into fourth week. But yeah, it's normally not like this bad. NASDAQ look like we kind of pushed those lows from that prior candle, and now I want to maybe rally that back up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, expecting a break certainly hasn't worked very well. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a good thing. Oh, what time is it? All right. Where's your target for below, or where would you like it to go? 332s for NASDAQ would be great. If we can crack 493s to the downside, then I think 332s is the next logical place that that we could go. Silver sitting right on opening print here. I honestly think that the range is in and we're kind of done for the day, though, unfortunately, at this point. Like, as much as I would like for that not to be the case, we kind of don't look like we're going to do much here. Maybe if I say the opposite. Was it? I took it down. Market might have hurt me. I think so, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna look to go ahead and wrap it up for the day, though. I think there's nothing at the moment that stands out I got to do. I've got those puts on in the event we decide to kind of crater there into the end of the day. Otherwise, I don't really think there's anything to do. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna roll out. Interesting week here. Hopefully no real damage done. A small red week for me on real money. and then lost those evals, so which is unfortunate as well. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do about it. So, I don't think there's going to be anything here. We did have a decent little IWM trade on options earlier in the week as well. And then we're going to give back about 25, 30% of that probably today, unless NASDAQ decides to go ahead and drop on down there for us. But nonetheless, is what it is. Don't ruin your 3-day weekend. Markets are closed Monday. Today's OPEX, so kind of to be expected for somewhat of a little bit of a choppy session there. Kind of thought we'd have a little bit more fun than this, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, why'd that go all the way over there? So, anyways, that's what I got. I'll be back next week. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, all those things, obviously feel free to hit me up. But have a great weekend. Enjoy your 3 days, and we'll run it back next week. So appreciate you guys.